Imagine, if you will, a world not far from our own, yet profoundly different. A world where the familiar tapestry of a great nation begins to fray at its edges. Here, in the vast expanse of North America, a grand experiment in unity, forged over centuries, faces an unprecedented test. The very concept of a single, indivisible entity is being questioned, not by external forces, but from within. The whispers of independence, once confined to the fringes of history, are now carried on the winds that sweep across mountains, deserts, and coastlines. We are about to embark on a journey into this speculative future, a journey to explore the landscapes and cultures of regions that might one day choose to chart their own course. These are not just lines on a map. They are living, breathing ecosystems of human endeavor, each with its own unique identity, its own history, and its own destiny. What drives a people to consider such a monumental step? What ancient instincts for self-preservation and sovereignty stir beneath the surface of modern society? Join me as we travel across this continent, not as it is, but as it could be. We will witness the forces of nature and human nature intertwine, creating pockets of fierce independence and a longing for autonomy. This is a story of what happens when the bonds that hold a nation together are stretched to their limits, and the call of the wild, of a separate existence, becomes too powerful to ignore. The future remains unwritten, a landscape of possibility waiting to be explored. Our journey begins in a land of mythic proportions, a territory so vast and varied it could almost be a continent unto itself. This is Texas. From the sun-scorched deserts of the west to the humid pine forests of the east, its landscapes are a testament to scale and endurance. Here, the memory of a time when it stood alone as a republic is not just history, it is woven into the very fabric of its identity. A powerful, almost primal instinct for self-determination has persisted through generations, a constant murmur beneath the surface of the Union. The spirit of the Texan is forged in this immense environment. It is a spirit of resilience, of fierce independence, and of a deep-seated pride in its unique heritage. The longhorn cattle, descendants of hardy Spanish stock, still roam these lands, symbols of a rugged individualism that defines the human inhabitants as much as the wildlife. To be Texan is to carry the legacy of pioneers and cowboys, to believe that anything is possible with enough grit and a wide-open horizon. This cultural bedrock provides a fertile ground for the idea of sovereignty to take root and flourish. Economically, this region is a powerhouse, fueled by black gold, drawn from deep within the earth and, more recently, by the boundless energy of the sun and wind. Its vast resources have granted it a degree of self-sufficiency that few other regions can claim. This economic might allows it to dream on a grand scale, to imagine a future where its destiny is entirely its own. The sprawling cities, glittering towers of commerce and innovation, stand as modern-day fortresses, confident in their ability to sustain a nation. The call for independence here is not a fleeting cry but a recurring tide, rising and falling with the political and economic currents. It is a complex dance between a shared national identity and a powerful, localized patriotism. The iconic Lone Star on its flag is a constant reminder of its singular past, and for some, a beacon for a singular future. It represents a promise of autonomy, a declaration that this land and its people are, and perhaps always will be, a nation in their own right. As we observe this dynamic, we see a microcosm of a larger struggle. It is the tension between the collective and the individual, the herd and the lone bull. The sheer size of Texas, its economic clout, and its unyielding spirit of independence make it a formidable candidate for a solitary journey. The question is not whether it could survive alone, but whether the deep-seated bonds of history are strong enough to keep it within the fold. We travel west, to the very edge of the continent, where the land meets the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Here lies California, a name that resonates around the globe. It is a nation-state in all but name, a realm of incredible diversity, both in its landscapes and its people. from the towering granite cliffs of Yosemite to the blistering heat of Death Valley, from the ancient redwood forests to the sun-drenched southern beaches, California contains a world of ecosystems within its borders. This natural wealth is matched only by its human ingenuity. For decades, this has been a land of dreamers, a magnet for those seeking fortune, fame, or simply a new beginning. This constant influx of people and ideas has created a culture that's perpetually reinventing itself, always looking forward. It is a global hub of innovation, where the technologies that shape our modern world are born. This relentless drive and creative energy have forged an economy of staggering size, one that rivals many of the world's largest countries. Such power inevitably fosters a sense of self-reliance, a belief that it needs no one else to thrive. The cultural influence of this region radiates across the planet. Its films, its music, its lifestyle have become a universal language. This global soft power contributes to a distinct identity, one that often feels separate from the rest of the country. There is a sense here that California is not just a state, but a trendsetter, a leader on the world stage. This perception can create a psychological distance, a feeling of being a distinct civilization with its own values and its own vision for the future. However, this land of abundance is also a land of challenges. It is a place of seismic tension, where the very ground is unstable. Wildfires, driven by fierce winds, can consume vast tracts of land in the blink of an eye, while prolonged droughts test the limits of its resources. These immense pressures demand innovative solutions and a resilient population. The struggle against the forces of nature has, in its own way, strengthened the Californian spirit, reinforcing a belief in its ability to overcome any obstacle, whether natural or political. As we look upon this golden land, we see a complex and often contradictory entity. It is a place of immense wealth and deep poverty, of utopian dreams and dystopian realities. Its relationship with the larger union is one of interdependence, yet also of friction. The sheer scale of its economy and the uniqueness of its culture make the idea of an independent Californian republic a persistent, tantalizing possibility. It stands as a glittering prize, a potential breakaway nation of immense global significance. Our journey now takes us to the far north, to a land of extremes, a place of breathtaking beauty and unforgiving wilderness. This is Alaska, the Great Land. Separated from the contiguous states by a vast expanse of foreign territory, its isolation is not just geographical. It is a fundamental part of its character. Here, the sheer scale of nature dwarfs human endeavor. Towering, ice-clad mountains pierce the sky, and immense glaciers carve their way slowly to the sea. The rhythms of life are dictated not by clocks and calendars, but by the sun and the seasons. The communities that dot this immense landscape are like islands in a vast, wild ocean. They are outposts of human tenacity, populated by people who have actively chosen a life of self-reliance. Survival here depends on a deep understanding of the environment and a strong sense of community. The bonds forged in the face of long, dark winters and the ever-present dangers of the wild are incredibly powerful. This shared experience creates a unique culture, one that values practical skills, resilience, and a healthy skepticism of outside authority. This land is rich in natural resources. Vast reserves of oil and minerals lie beneath its frozen soil, and its waters teem with life. This wealth has provided a degree of economic independence, allowing the state to function with a level of autonomy that many others lack. The people here have a direct stake in this bounty, receiving a share of the oil revenue, which further strengthens the connection between the populace and the land itself. It fosters a sense of ownership and a desire to control their own resources and their own destiny. The indigenous peoples of this region have lived in harmony with this land for millennia. Their cultures are deeply intertwined with the natural world, and their ancestral claims and traditions add another complex layer to the question of sovereignty. Their deep connection to this place predates any modern political boundaries, and their voices are crucial in any discussion about its future. They are the original inhabitants, the true stewards of this wild realm, and their perspective is one of long-term survival and cultural preservation. Observing life in Alaska, one feels a profound sense of detachment from the concerns of the lower 48. The political debates and cultural conflicts that dominate the national conversation can seem distant and irrelevant here. The primary struggle is a more elemental one man against nature. This inherent isolation, combined with its resource wealth and the fiercely independent spirit of its people, makes Alaska a natural candidate for a future where it stands alone, a solitary kingdom of ice and fire at the top of the world. We now travel thousands of miles across the Pacific Ocean to a chain of volcanic islands born of fire and water. This is Hawaii, an archipelago of extraordinary beauty and profound isolation. Its distance from the mainland is more than just a physical measurement. It represents a deep cultural and historical gulf. Long before it became a part of the Union, this was a sovereign kingdom with its own rich history, its own language, and its own complex society. The memory of this independent past is alive and well, a powerful undercurrent in the life of the islands. The culture here is a unique fusion, a blend of ancient Polynesian traditions and the influences of the many peoples who have come to these shores. The spirit of aloha is more than just a greeting. It is a philosophy of life, one that emphasizes respect, harmony, and a deep connection to the land, the Aina. This reverence for the natural world is central to Hawaiian identity. The volcanoes that form these islands are not seen as mere geological features, but as sacred beings, the dwelling places of gods. This deep-seated cultural identity stands in stark contrast to that of the mainland. Many native Hawaiians have never fully reconciled with the overthrow of their kingdom and the subsequent annexation. For them, the relationship with the United States is that of an occupied nation, not a willing partner. The sovereignty movement here is not a new political trend. It is the continuation of a long and painful struggle to reclaim a lost heritage and restore a nation. It is a movement fueled by a sense of justice and a desire for self-determination. The very ecosystem of these islands is unique, a delicate web of life that evolved in isolation over millions of years. This has resulted in a vast number of endemic species, plants and animals found nowhere else on Earth. Like its unique wildlife, the culture of Hawaii has also evolved in a distinct way. This uniqueness reinforces the sense of being a separate place, a world apart. The endless blue of the Pacific that surrounds the islands serves as a constant, physical reminder of their remoteness. As we observe the interplay of culture, history, and geography, Hawaii emerges as a compelling case for independence. Its distinct cultural identity, its history as a sovereign nation, and its sheer physical distance from the continent all contribute to a powerful argument for self-governance. The dream of a restored Hawaiian kingdom, a sovereign nation once more in the heart of the Pacific, is a potent force, one that continues to shape the destiny of these enchanted islands. We return to the mainland, to a peninsula jutting out into the warm waters of the Atlantic and the Gulf of Mexico. This is Florida, a land of sunshine, swamps, and sprawling coastlines. Its identity is a complex mosaic shaped by centuries of shifting ownership, waves of migration, and a unique, often paradoxical, culture. It is a place that has always felt a little different, a frontier state where the rules of elsewhere don't always seem to apply. Its strategic location, a gateway between North and South America, gives it a distinct geopolitical significance. The environment itself is a world apart. The Everglades, a vast, slow-moving river of grass, is an ecosystem found nowhere else on Earth. It is a primeval landscape, home to alligators, panthers, and a staggering variety of bird life. This wild heart of Florida coexists with hyper-modern cities and manicured retirement communities, creating a landscape of jarring contrasts. This tension between the wild and the tamed is a defining feature of the state, mirroring the often unpredictable nature of its politics and culture. Florida's population is a swirling mix of people from across the country and around the world, particularly from Latin America and the Caribbean. This has created a vibrant, multicultural society, but one that is also fragmented. Communities often exist in parallel, each with its own distinct identity. This lack of a single, unifying culture, paradoxically, contributes to a broader Floridian identity, one that is defined by its very diversity and its transient nature. It is a place where people come to reinvent themselves, to escape their past, and to live by their own rules. This independent, sometimes rebellious streak is evident throughout its history. From its days as a Spanish colony to its role as a haven for smugglers and pirates, Florida has long been a place on the margins. This historical legacy has fostered a culture of libertarianism and a suspicion of centralized control. The idea of going it alone is not perhaps a formal political movement, but rather an attitude, a state of mind that is deeply ingrained in the character of the place. It's a live and let live ethos, with a strong emphasis on individual freedom. Given its long coastline, its major ports, and its strategic position, an independent Florida could see itself as a powerful player in the Caribbean basin. It could become a commercial and cultural bridge between two continents, a modern-day republic thriving on trade and tourism. While the formal calls for secession may be quieter here than in other regions, the underlying ingredients are present: a distinct identity, a powerful economy, and a population that has always marched to the beat of its own drum. Our travels now take us to the Northeast, to a state that is home to a city that is, in many ways, the capital of the world. This is New York. While the state itself is a diverse landscape of mountains, forests, and farmland, it is dominated by the immense gravitational pull of New York City. This single metropolis is a global center of finance, culture, and diplomacy. Its influence extends far beyond the borders of the state, or even the nation. It is a truly global city, a node in a network that connects the entire planet. The city itself is an ecosystem of incredible density and diversity. People from every nation on Earth live here, side by side, creating a cultural environment of unparalleled richness. More languages are spoken here than anywhere else in the world. This constant exchange of ideas, goods, and cultures creates a dynamic and resilient society, one that is constantly adapting and evolving. The city has its own powerful identity, one that often overshadows that of the state or the country it belongs to. To be a New Yorker is its own distinct nationality. The economic power concentrated in this small area is immense. Wall Street, the engine of global capitalism, dictates the financial weather for the entire world. A sovereign New York, centered around the city, would instantly be one of the wealthiest and most influential nations on Earth. Its economic self-sufficiency is not in question. It has the resources, the human capital, and the global connections to thrive as an independent city-state, a modern-day Athens or Venice on a colossal scale. The rest of the state, upstate New York, presents a different picture. It is a land of rolling hills, agricultural communities, and post-industrial cities. There is often a significant cultural and political divide between the city and the rest of the state. In a scenario of fragmentation, this raises a complex question: would the entire state secede, or would the city itself break away, forming its own entity? The tensions between the urban core and the rural periphery are a powerful force that would shape any move towards independence. Ultimately, the case for a sovereign New York rests on the unique status of its primary city. It is a place that belongs as much to the world as it does to the United States. Its global role, its economic might, and its profoundly cosmopolitan identity make it a plausible candidate for an independent future. It could see itself as a neutral territory for global affairs, a free city standing apart from national politics, a beacon of commerce and culture for all. We return to the Pacific coast, but this time to the far northwest corner of the nation. This is Washington, a land defined by water, mountains, and forests. The Cascade Range, a spine of volcanic peaks, runs through the heart of the state, dividing it into two distinct climatic and cultural zones. To the west, there's a temperate rainforest, drenched by moisture from the Pacific. To the east, you'll find a dry, arid landscape of plains and canyons. This dramatic natural divide is mirrored in the state's human geography. The western side, particularly the Puget Sound region, is a hub of global technology and trade. Companies born here have revolutionized the way we live, work, and communicate. This has attracted a highly educated, forward-thinking population, creating a culture of innovation and progressive politics. The cities here are dense, vibrant, and deeply connected to the global economy. There is a sense of being part of a Pacific Rim community, with strong ties to Asia and Canada, as much as to the rest of the United States. This region's identity is deeply intertwined with its natural surroundings. The proximity of the mountains and the sea is not just a backdrop, it's a way of life. A profound environmental consciousness pervades the culture here, a desire to protect the stunning natural beauty that defines the place. This Cascadian identity, which often includes neighboring Oregon and British Columbia, envisions a bioregion, a nation defined not by political lines, but by shared watersheds and ecosystems. It is a powerful, romantic, and increasingly influential idea. The eastern side of the state offers a stark contrast. It is more rural, more agricultural, and more politically conservative. The economy is based on farming, ranching, and resource extraction. This creates a significant internal tension within the state. Any movement towards independence would have to confront this deep divide. Would the state secede as a whole, or would it fracture along the mountain range, with the West Coast forming a new entity and the East potentially aligning with other inland states? The idea of an independent Washington, or a larger Cascadia, is fueled by a sense of cultural and political alienation from the rest of the country. There is a feeling that the federal government is distant, unresponsive, and out of step with the region's values. This, combined with a powerful economy, a distinct regional identity, and a strong connection to the natural world, makes the prospect of a sovereign Cascade Republic a persistent dream for some in this corner of the continent. Just south of Washington, we find a land that shares much of its natural character, but possesses a spirit all its own. This is Oregon, a land of lush forests, a rugged coastline, and a powerful sense of independence. The state's motto, "She flies with her own wings," is not just a slogan. It's a deeply held belief that informs the culture and politics of the region. There is a proud tradition here of doing things differently, of forging a unique path. The culture of Oregon is characterized by a fierce individualism and a strong do-it-yourself ethos. It attracted pioneers who were willing to endure the arduous journey on the Oregon Trail for the promise of a new life, and that spirit of self-reliance persists to this day. It's a place that values independence, creativity, and a close connection to the land. This has created a society that is often skeptical of large institutions, whether corporate or governmental, and places a high value on local, community, and small-scale enterprise. Like its northern neighbor, Oregon has a deep environmental consciousness. Its vast forests are not just a resource, they are the soul of the state. The timber industry has been a major part of its history, but it's also been the source of intense conflict, a battle between economic needs and the desire to preserve the last of the ancient groves. This struggle has shaped the political landscape and reinforced a passion for protecting the natural world that is central to the Oregonian identity. This independent mindset can sometimes manifest as a form of isolationism. There's a tongue-in-cheek, but not entirely joking, sentiment among some Oregonians to keep Oregon weird and to discourage the kind of rapid growth seen in other states. This desire to preserve a unique way of life can create a psychological barrier to the outside world. It is a form of cultural self-preservation that, in a future of political fragmentation, could easily evolve into a desire for formal political independence. The state is also a place of internal divides, primarily between the liberal, urban centers of the Willamette Valley and the more conservative rural areas to the east and south. These tensions are real and would complicate any path to sovereignty. Yet the overarching spirit of Oregon is one of stubborn independence. The idea of an independent republic, a green and self-sufficient nation nestled between the mountains and the sea, flying with its own wings, remains a powerful part of the Oregonian psyche. We move inland, to the great spine of the continent, the Rocky Mountains. Here, nestled a mile high, is Colorado. This is a land of dramatic verticality, of soaring peaks and deep canyons. The landscape itself fosters a sense of being on top of the world, separate and distinct from the flatlands to the east and the deserts to the west. The mountains are not just a feature of the state, they're its fortress and its identity. Colorado's history is one of pioneers and prospectors, people drawn by the lure of gold and silver, willing to risk everything in the harsh mountain environment. This pioneering spirit is still a core part of the state's identity. It's a belief in rugged individualism, in tackling immense challenges, and in the rewards of hard work and perseverance. This has attracted a population that is famously independent, health-conscious, and deeply connected to the outdoors. Life here is lived in and with the mountains. The state's economy is a modern reflection of this spirit. It has become a hub for technology, aerospace and scientific research, attracting a highly skilled workforce. At the same time, it maintains its connection to its roots through agriculture, ranching, and mining. This diversified economy, combined with its significant natural resources, including water from the headwaters of several major rivers, gives it a strong foundation for self-sufficiency. It has the human and natural capital to stand on its own. The mountain geography creates a natural defensibility and a sense of enclosure. While it is centrally located, it also feels like a world apart, an island in the sky. This physical separation can lead to a psychological one. The concerns of the coasts can seem remote and disconnected from the realities of life in the high country. The politics here are a unique blend of libertarianism and environmentalism. A live and let-live attitude combined with a fierce desire to protect the pristine mountain environment. In a fractured future, Colorado could be seen as a kind of North American Switzerland, a neutral, prosperous, and well-defended mountain republic. Its central location could make it a meeting point, a place of diplomacy, while its independent-minded population would fiercely guard its sovereignty. The call for secession may not be loud, but the underlying character of the state, its geography, its history, and its people, makes it a natural stronghold, a citadel that could readily choose to lock its gates and go it alone. Our final visit takes us back to the east, to one of the smallest states in the Union, but one with an outsized history of independence. This is Vermont, a land of rolling green mountains, small towns, and a fierce commitment to local democracy. For 14 years before joining the United States, Vermont was an independent republic with its own constitution, its own currency, and its own postal service. This history is not forgotten. It's a source of immense pride. The culture of Vermont is built around the concept of the town meeting, one of the purest forms of direct democracy in the world. Citizens gather to debate and vote on local issues, from school budgets to road repairs. This tradition fosters a powerful sense of civic engagement and a belief that political power should reside at the most local level possible. It creates a deep-seated skepticism of distant, centralized authority, whether it be in a state capital or in the nation's capital. Life here is lived on a human scale. The state has no towering skyscrapers and has famously resisted the encroachment of big-box stores and billboards, choosing instead to preserve its scenic landscapes and the viability of its small towns. There is a strong buy local ethos, a desire to create a self-reliant economy based on small farms, artisan producers, and local businesses. This is not just an economic preference, it's a political statement about community and sustainability. This commitment to a distinct way of life has at times put Vermont at odds with the rest of the nation. It has often been at the forefront of progressive social and environmental policies, willing to go its own way even when it means standing alone. This has fueled a modern secessionist movement, one of the most organized and vocal in the country. Proponents argue that Vermont's values and political culture are so distinct that true self-governance can only be achieved through a peaceful return to being an independent republic. As we observe this small, resilient state, we see a powerful idea at work, that a nation can be defined not by size or military might, but by a shared set of values and a commitment to a particular way of life. The dream of a second Vermont Republic is a testament to the enduring power of localism and the belief that a small, democratic community can be a model for the world. It stands as a quiet but firm challenge to the notion that bigger is always better. Our journey across this continent of possibilities comes to an end. We have witnessed the immense diversity of landscape and culture that exists within a single nation, from the sun-baked plains of Texas to the misty forests of the Pacific Northwest. We have seen how geography and history forge unique identities, each with its own powerful sense of place. The whispers of independence we have heard are not mere political rhetoric, they are the expression of these deep-seated regional characters. The future of this great union, like the future of any complex ecosystem, is inherently unpredictable. The forces of cohesion and fragmentation are in a constant, delicate balance. What makes a people feel they belong together? Is it a shared history, a common language, a set of abstract ideals? Or are the bonds of local community, of a shared landscape and way of life, ultimately more powerful? These are the questions that echo across the lands we have visited. As we pull back and look upon the map once more, the familiar solid lines seem less certain. They appear more like the shifting banks of a river, subject to the pressures of cultural currents and political tides. The tapestry, woven over centuries, may hold strong, or it may begin to unravel, creating a new and unfamiliar pattern. The story is far from over. The next chapter in the life of this continent has yet to be written, and its outcome remains one of the great unfolding mysteries of our time.